Hi boys and girls. Today we're going to be doing a guided drawing, right? And that means that you're going to be drawing a picture along with Miss Summers. So I'll give you step-by-step instructions. I'm going to be drawing up here on my whiteboard, and you will need a piece of paper and a pencil to follow along, okay? All right, so the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start by drawing a rectangle, okay? That's going to be my piece of paper. You do not need to draw this rectangle, okay? This is just to show you the orientation, the way that your paper is turned, right? So we're going to start with our paper in portrait orientation, right? And that means that it's going long ways up and down, portrait. So I'm going to draw my rectangle, and this is kind of like my page, okay? So you should have your paper so that it looks like this in front of you, up and down long ways, portrait orientation, okay? So as we're drawing, I want you to pay attention to the scale, okay? What that means is how big the things are that I'm drawing on my page, right? If I make a really tiny, tiny, tiny circle, right, then I want you to make a really tiny, tiny circle, okay? If my picture touches both edges of my paper, so should yours. Now, Miss Summers, of course, does not expect you to be a perfect artist. You do not need to erase 10 million times to make sure that you draw a perfect circle, right? I just want you to do your best and to follow along today, okay? And hopefully this should be a pretty fun one. All right, so to start, over on the right side of our paper, let's go ahead and you're gonna give me a shape like a long raindrop, right? Like a very long raindrop shape over on the side of our paper, okay? Very good. All right, coming from the bottom of that, I want you to draw, let's do 4 lines going up and down, right? And so if you're paying attention to the scale, right, you'll see I have a little bit of space up at the top and a little bit of space down at the bottom, okay? All right, so from here, I want to make 2 diagonal lines that are going off to the side, and then 2 diagonal lines that are going off in the other direction, right? It's almost kind of like an upside down V of sorts, my 2 diagonal lines. Both are pointing down and away from my tall raindrop. All right, now what I'm gonna do, and I'll draw this detail a little bigger off to the side here so you can see easier, is on each of my diagonal lines, I'm gonna make a bump and a bump, almost like a silly sideways heart, right? Or kind of like some leaves. So that's what I'm gonna do on each of my diagonal lines, okay? So I'm gonna take a second and do that. Why don't you go ahead as well? And it's fine if they touch. It's okay if they overlap, right? Okay, very good. I'll give you just another minute to finish up your details because Miss Summers is going kind of quick there. Ah, there we are. Okay. Sorry for making faces at the camera. So, we're gonna come up here and you're going to add a circle. Again, pay attention to where mine is in my drawing, right? It's about halfway down my tall raindrop, right? And it's not teeny, teeny, tiny, but it's also not touching the edges of my shape, okay? And so inside that circle, we're gonna draw another circle. Very good. And then we're gonna add 3 short lines, short horizontal horizontal lines, right? That means they go side to side. So we're gonna do one right up there, above our circle. We're gonna, pardon me, we're gonna do one below our circle, right? And then we're gonna do one all the way down here. So we have 1, 2, 3, short horizontal lines. Very good. And then I want you to give me, up at the top here, just a little squiggly line, right? It's going up and down, it's just a little bit squiggly. Very good. Okay. Does anyone know what we've drawn yet? I bet you can figure it out. All right, so we're gonna come to this side, and I want you to draw me 2 more diagonal lines, right? So they're about halfway between our circle and the bottom of our tall raindrop, right? And they're 2 diagonal lines that are pointing down and away from our tall raindrop shape, okay? And then we're gonna take that line, and we're going to do a very short line up and down, right? That's called vertical, a short vertical line. Very good, very good. All right, we're gonna take that line and we're gonna continue it back up a little bit, right? That line's a little bit diagonal, a little diagonally pointing back in. And then we're gonna take that line and continue it off to the side, right? And I can already hear you now, some of my friends telling me that we've turned our line into a shape because we've closed it, right? You guys are smart. All right, so if you can see, what we've drawn so far is a very silly carrot rocket ship. A carrot rocket ship, all right? So what do we need to go along with our carrot rocket ship? We need a bunny astronaut. So that's what we're gonna draw next. All right, so over here, off to the side, okay, we're gonna draw a circle. And this is kind of a medium-sized circle, right? Very good.
Leslie, please come see Miss Soto. Leslie, please come see Miss Soto.
So, we're gonna go ahead, oh, I'm filming a video.
Please.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add 2 bunny ears up top. And we're gonna come about halfway across, and we're going to make a tall curve, kind of like a rainbow shape. And then we're gonna connect across the bottom, right? Kind of our upside down rainbow shape. And we're gonna have like a lemon shape in the middle, right? So we've got a circle with kind of a lemon shape on the inside. Next, we're gonna make a nice curve that's curving back towards our rocket ship. We're gonna draw a little curved line there, almost a little bit like a bent paper clip, right? And that's gonna be our foot. We're gonna draw another rainbow arc back, right? Back towards our bunny head. That's finishing out the leg. We're gonna come here and we're gonna give him a nice round belly. Right? He's eating a lot of carrots. We're gonna give him a curved line for an arm. And of course this bunny needs a second arm. So we're gonna give him a second arm. And then we're gonna come over here. I'm gonna draw a curved line. And a bump to give him a second foot. Okay? Now what does every bunny need? But a cottontail. So go ahead and give your bunny a fluffy little cottontail. Very good. All right, so now we need to add some details to our drawing, okay? So we're gonna draw two curved lines here. Right?
Miss Nassau, could you come to the front desk, please? Miss Nassau, to the front desk. Thank
So that's
you.
going to be kind of like our bunny's head inside of his spacesuit, right? And our bunny needs two eyes. And a little triangle nose. And a mouth. And those details were a little small on mine, so I'm going to show you just a little bit bigger, right? You don't have to draw these bigger. I'm just drawing it a little bit bigger so you can see, right? And I'm going to go ahead and turn these into some cute eyes. So I'm going to draw my two circles inside of my big circles, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shade in my big circle without shading in my two small circles, right? That's how you make kind of a cute eye for our little cartoon drawings, okay? So I'm going to do that now to this. There we go. Right, he's looking pretty cute, our little bunny here. All right, I'm going to give him just a few more details. So I'm going to give him some space gloves just by making some curved lines, right? I'm going to add some details to his space shoes, just two more curved lines, right? I'm going to draw one curved line coming back. So it looks like he's got some bunny shoes on. All right. And then if you want, you can choose a little design to go on his space helmet, right? So maybe a star or a heart, right? Maybe you want to write your initials. I don't know. I'm gonna do a little star. All right. And of course, our bunny is in outer space, right? This is a space explorer bunny. So go ahead and add a few planets, right? You can add some stars. Right? You can go ahead and make a constellation if you want, by kind of making a dotted line that connects them. You can be creative with that, right? Maybe you want to add a bunny constellation. All right, well that brings us to the end of our guided drawing here, right? So of course with the rest of your time, I would love to see you add some more details, right? What else is there in your deep space? Maybe there's an alien, right? Or a very silly planet that's made of cheese, right? Who knows? Maybe there's another bunny friend in your picture, okay? And of course, I want you to color in those white spaces. So do a really good job. Take your time. You took your time on the drawing, right? So take your time on the coloring too. All right, I can't wait to see what you all made.